Hi, welcome back to the second channel. If you haven't subscribed to the main channel, go subscribe. It's linked in the description below. However, I am here in creative on the Joshcore Season 3 world where I just died. If you haven't seen the new main channel video, go check it out. I'll also be linked in the description down below. But I recently just died and I never actually gave a proper tour of the world, which I feel like is something I should always do. I kind of game mode myself back in here in creative. I'm not going to continue playing the series because, you know, it's hardcore. I died. That is what it is. Now, the main goal of this series of hardcore was to be in survival only with no armor. So it kind of made living a lot harder, but you can see I have like all my storage in here. I had a whole ton of stuff. Like, look, I had so much wood and everything. This was me gathering sand and whatnot. Obviously the starter house was super cool. I really liked it. All my pets, Protector and the cat Patan. They're kind of like cats on the outside, just protect me from creepers. We got Atlas the dog, Timber the dog, and Pancakes. We just have some areas up here. I had a really small cocoa bean farm just for brown dye furnaces and stuff up here as well. But I think the coolest thing about this base that I have found, never really showed this off either, this barrel actually emptied into a composter and I could just get free bone meal. That's pretty cool. Not the coolest thing though. The coolest thing I think was underneath it here. We had this drop down area and it has a whole ton of farms just auto crafting like bamboo and melons, which was cool. But use the free cam here. We have this huge area of pumpkins and melon farms back here with bamboo and sugarcane and everything. It was super, super cool. A lot of effort made with that. That was probably the thing I spent the most time on in the world. Which was kind of insane to think about. Like, I spent more time doing that than I did building up the houses because those were kind of done with schematics and Lightmatica, so making those were not as difficult. We have the tree here and the bridge, which was super cool. That was a really nice time with the area. I also really like the koi pond with the axolotl in here, who never got a name. We had this house here, which was also cool. I was going to move into this house down the line and just put more storage in there because I just think it was better. And then we had the starts of the mega base here. This is what I worked on in the last episode when I died. I built this up, which was also pretty cool. It's all completely hollow. There's no backside to any of it, which I think turned out, looks pretty good. I do have the schematic build here. If I render it, you can see how tall it was planning to go. Let's see if we can crank up that max height. Yeah, it was going to go pretty high here, so it's going to be a nice view. You can see the chest here. I did have an interior planned, but I wasn't sure if I was ever going to get to that. There we go. Yeah, you can see how high I did plan on it going. Obviously, Lightmatica doesn't really render it all that well with shaders. If I turn off the shaders, yeah, there you can go. You can kind of see what it was planning. A lot of stone build. There was mangrove right at the top. There's actually red concrete, but I think mangrove would have been better. This mountain, I didn't actually plan on building. This is what I planned in creative, but I didn't really want to go with that. But yeah, that was basically the plan. Never got around to doing that, obviously. But yeah, that turned out pretty cool. Now, if I fly in this direction, I believe it's over here. We have the creeper farm. And we might even be able to find our stuff. Let's actually change time, set, day. If we go in this direction, the creeper farm's not too far away from the base. It's like, it's only a couple rockets away. There it is. There's the creeper farm. This farm was basically made with all bamboo. I've been using this creeper farm designed by Joshcore for years now. I literally AFK'd one night with it and only ever filled up like one thing. I mean, obviously, I lasted way shorter in the world than I thought. But yeah, that creeper farm was mostly made with bamboo that I got from auto crafting from the farm that was, you know, beneath the base there, the starter base. If I go in this direction, I wonder if my stuff despawned. Probably did. Well, the chunks weren't loaded. I don't really know how hardcore death. This is like my first hardcore death I've ever had, so I don't really know how it works. But I think if we go in this direction, we'll be able to find my stuff. I was in this swamp. I don't remember where. I think if this was my mud area. Oh, wait, I do have my stuff. Cool. Here, let's see if we can grab it. It'd be cool to just at least save this stuff. Yeah, I think I was here mining, and I guess a creeper spawned up here somewhere. I didn't know they could spawn in mud. Maybe it spawned in that grass block maybe and just came over and just dropped on me. I don't know how I didn't hear it, but yeah. That definitely killed me. So I got all my stuff here. I'm not too worried. I was looking for armor, but then I realized I don't have armor because it's hardcore. No armor. That was the challenge, and I really failed. I did fail the challenge. My goal was to at least get a mega base finished, and then my plan was to challenge the wither, and I figured I was going to die with the wither, just because like withering takes you out in like 2 hearts if you get hit at all. I was hoping to do that. It's kind of like the grand finale. If I die, I die. If I don't, I don't. But I never got around to that, obviously. I think that's basically everything I have to show off. I was going to show off like my dirt mining area, but that's way off in the distance and no one really cares about that. I did decimate like a whole ton of area just for some scaffolding and stuff. We have this area. Will these guys still give me... they do still have good trades for me. All these villagers in here. This was another thing I spent a lot of time on. Some good books in here. You know, I have really good book villagers, but like none of them really matter because you get the tools once and you're kind of good. We don't need a whole lot of villagers for armor or anything because we don't have any armor. But yeah, that was a whole thing as well. We have the cows as well under here. I don't know if they're still here. I don't really use them anymore once I got the golden carrots, but they're still good to have for food sources as well. And that's basically everything. That is the whole Joshcore Season 3 world completely shown off here. Oh my gosh, we still have my blocks and everything. That's, yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. Never got around to building the final bits of the tower, but it would have been a nice centerpiece here for the world, just like in the background. Still have the schematic saved though, so if I'm ever bored one day, maybe I will get around to building that. At least I have it for my own self, but that is basically the end of the series. If you guys watched the full length of this series, thank you so much for watching it and checking that out on the main channel. It means a lot. If you're here on the second channel and you're not subscribed, go subscribe to this one, and might as well subscribe to the main channel while you're at it. Thanks again for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more.